The black gloves are on, hoop heads. You already know what time it is. It's Wear Your Sneakers Friday. Let's get it. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Skinny Hardaway, and this is Retro Heat Check. Checking in one more time for the real hoop heads out here. And as always, thank you all for your likes, your shares, your subscriptions, your comments, and of course your questions. Hey, you guys have been definitely killing it these last few weeks with the questions. The ladies, the fellas of the Hoophead Haven, you guys definitely have stepped up to the plate with very thought-provoking, fun questions. Questions that really had me thinking. And thankfully, I'm able to give answers that you guys are satisfied. You guys haven't burnt down the channel yet. Haven't burnt down the Hoophead Haven yet. So definitely appreciate you guys' participation in the channel. That's all that I ask. I also ask that you guys give this channel a like. Hit the like button, please. You know what I'm saying? I don't really ask for much. Just get the video into the algorithm and all that good stuff, man. But yeah, that's all that I ask on you know what I'm saying, as far as participation, and definitely getting questions in for Q&A each and every Wednesday. Q&A with Skinny. Definitely been a fun few Wednesdays. You guys have definitely been killing it. So hats off to you guys. Kudos and all that good stuff, man. Hey, man, you guys have definitely been killing it. So keep up the good work. Let's keep stepping it up. Let's keep this content going. Speaking of content, hey guys, check out the Be Like Mike series if you haven't checked it out. It's basically a 2-week, six episode endeavor, going from Baby Jordan, Harold Miner, to Grant Hill, to Penny Hardaway, to Kobe Bryant, to Vince Carter, and to Anthony Edwards. I would have to say it's a labor of love. I definitely had a lot of fun making it. Hopefully you guys check them out. Give your opinions, comments, and all that good stuff. Let me know how you think, what you think of it. I would definitely welcome your feedback, whether it's positive or negative. Either way it goes, we're still gonna keep it moving, still keep improving. So appreciate you all ahead of time. Thank you. Now let's get down to the part where we big up the squad. You already know what it is, man. These are my guys. These are the guys that I stand in the paint with, man. We all come from different walks of life. We have different approaches, different styles, different subject matter. Sometimes we even have disagreements and differences of opinions, but even so, at the end of the day, we're all going up against the same. Monster. From Adam Silver to Clutch Sports, all the way down to a legion of the fanboys. You already know how we do in the Hoophead Haven when it comes to fanboys. You see one getting out of line, check them. You already know what it is. Nameless, faceless, within the walls of the Hoophead Haven. You already know how it is, man. But man, these are my guys. I definitely support them. They support me. I hope that you guys give these guys a chance. Check out their channels if you're not hip. But yeah, definitely got to give much love and respect to my guy, Sports and Fitness Rants, Uncommon Sense, Scap Attack, Angry O Hoops, Uncut Hoops, Michael Jordan Fans Are the Best, NMB Sports TV, my twin, Phenomenal Fitness, What's Up, Kobe Bryant Film Room, Prince Sports, Man Down Sports, Geechee Life Sports Talk. You got Ticket TV, The Grizzled Vet. You already know Jordan versus LeBron. Big shout outs. Shekel Storm NBA, The Real Mind Crime. NBA Fact Self Research, The Allen Ricks TV. Definitely big shout outs to you. And if I am I forgetting anyone? Um, nope. I think I got everyone. Yep, I got everyone. So big shout outs to all you guys, man. Like I said, man, these are the guys that I support. They support me, and I hope that you guys do the same. Show them the same love that you guys show me. So much appreciated. Thank you. Uh, we're gonna get it. We're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna keep it moving. We don't have any new hoop heads to welcome into the fold. So we're just gonna get right into it. It's Wear Your Sneakers Friday. So, and you already know we've been covering these last few weeks. MJ's weapons of the regular season. These are a little unique right here though, because well, I'll explain that in a few. I'll explain that in a few minutes. You already know, man, about the Air Jordan 3. The Air Jordan 3 is definitely one of the greatest silhouettes in Nike, not only Nike history but in sneaker history. Period. This is a shoe that holds so much weight and so much importance to not only Michael Jordan but to the shoe company Nike itself. Without further ado, this colorway right here is definitely a colorway that must be respected because it represents so many firsts. It is the Air Jordan 3 Fire Red. The Air Jordan Fire Red, man, definitely the alternate on court colorway of choice for Michael Jordan. It is the creation of Tinker Hatfield, the greatest sneaker designer of all time. Undisputed. It's not even a debate. Don't even question it. You already know what it is. Tinker Hatfield came up with this monster for Michael Jordan for the 1987 1988 season. This shoe right here was the shoe that MJ wore in his historic season where he captured MVP, All-Star MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, scoring champ, first team All Defense, first team All NBA, and steals champ. The only thing that he didn't get was the NBA championship that year. I mean, it was a season where Jordan just he went crazy. And for all my Dragon Ball guys, basically it was Michael Jordan reaching Kaioken. You feel me? He had just reached another level, and it was just the beginning, but you was already starting to see his greatness, and this was one of the sneakers that he rocked, the Fire Red. Um, Debuted, like I said, it actually debuted in 1988. This shoe debuted actually in 1988. Um, it was kind of like kind of weird at that time when it came to designing sneakers. A lot of the shoes in the earlier years of Tinker Hatfield, Air Jordans would come much later on in the season. A lot of years, Michael Jordan would actually wear the previous model all the way through, through certain parts of the next season, until later on, as technology started to get a little bit better as far as sneaker manufacturing, and Tinker Hatfield's design team, they were able to get shoes out a little bit faster. Jordan was even able to preview samples to the point during the playoffs. Case in point, the Air Jordan 14s. He was rocking the 14s before he was rocking the 14s before they even dropped. That was a prototype that he was rocking when he hit the last shot over Byron Russell. That was the prototype for the Air Jordan 14 that Jordan was wearing. So this was kind of like the early years. Like I was saying, this was the early years. But yeah, this was for this shoe actually dropped in 1988. These actually retroed in 2007, 2013, and 2022. This is the 2022 rendition. I prefer these because this is the closest to the OG. As you can see, it has basically it has all the specifications of the original OG 1987 1988 design. This is basically the first of the Air Jordan Fire Red colorway. This is the first of the Fire Red colorways. Um, Basically, it is a much brighter, more vivid red than the actual Chicago Bulls red. So the red actually stands out a little bit more on the sneaker. As you can see, it's very, very vivid. It's a very vivid red. Um, Man, this is probably at the time this was probably what you would kind of say a space age type of sneaker with the elephant print. The elephant print was also a much darker elephant print, almost like a dark charcoal elephant print. As a matter of fact, the T-shirt that I'm wearing is actually the corresponding shirt that goes with the Air Jordan 3 Fire Red. Actually, I wore these this morning to work. Um, yeah, I kind of broke my protocol for for Wear Your Sneaker Friday. Usually, I don't wear the shoe that I'm presenting to work or anything like that. I usually just have them out ready to go. But yeah, they were just looking fire, so I just had to get them. I had to put them on. So yeah, this is the shirt that actually corresponds with the elephant print. As I said, it's more of a darker elephant print. We can compare it with the black cement, same as the white cement. It's a much lighter elephant print, as you can tell the difference. Let's see. You can tell the difference from the elephant print. One is much darker than the other. Um, but yeah, that is one of the characteristics of the Fire Red. But with the Air Jordan, more specifications. The one of the main things that stood out is the Air Jordan Jumpman logo. It actually made its debut on this shoe. Also, making its debut was the visible air unit. And oh shoot, I almost forgot. Almost forgot the other iconic piece. My chain is off, but sorry about that. I forgot to have this hanging out. Sorry about that, guys. But also, you had the Jumpman logo, like I was saying. The Jumpman logo made its debut. You also had a visible air unit. Tinker Hatfield coming off the success of the Air Max. Yes, that is one of the shoes that he also created, the Nike Air Max. And so he decided to keep the momentum going and put a visible air unit in the heel of of the Air Jordan 3, and also the back heel tab with Nike Air branding. But also, the elephant print just stands out. You already know that's just that elephant print just looked amazing. It was definitely a look, and to finish off the look, you had the iconic orange Nike Air hang tag. Obviously, the chain is in the box. I usually don't wear my hang tags because usually I end up losing them. They pop off. I get them snagged on something. So just for my peace of mind, I just put them I just put them in the box. But definitely that's what that was some of the specifications that come with that basically that came on the Air Jordan 3. Just some of them. But yeah, that's definitely, this was the on-court alternate to the white cements. This was the shoe. Actually, what made these different most of the other shoes that were weapons of the regular season, Jordan actually was. This was actually the shoe of choice that Michael Jordan wore in the 1988 playoffs. These were the last of the basically white um, home style, quote unquote, home style or regular season style sneakers that he would wear in the playoffs. He would actually start wearing the bread style shoes in the playoffs the following year in the 1989 playoffs. But that would be for another video. Uh, but yeah, but basically he did not wear the black. He only wore the black cements in the All Star game. That's why he never. Basically, that was really the only time that he wore the black cements on court was at the 1988 All Star game. He did not wear those in the playoffs. He actually wore these in the playoffs in 1988. This was the same playoffs where Michael Jordan defeated the heavily favored Cleveland Cavaliers for the first time, making it out of the first round. A lot of people think it was the shot, but it was not the shot. The shot was actually the second time he got out of the first round. Um, but he ended up basically going out in the second round, the Eastern Conference semis, to those Detroit Pistons. Lost to them. And yeah, he was rocking these. He was rocking these. This was the last time that he actually wore a home colorway in the playoffs. Um, these were also the first of the $100 Air Jordans. These were the first to crack the $100 retail price. A lot of parents were not feeling this, but somehow, some way, kids were still getting their hands on them. These were still flying off the shelves. Air Jordans were still the most popular sneaker out there on the market. So it was not a that $100 retail price did not deter anyone from buying these sneakers. What also made these sneakers different is that the simple fact that these are the first 3/4 mid top sneakers. Because usually back in the day it was either low cut or high. But Michael Jordan basically told Tinker that he wanted a shoe that was not too high but not too low. He wanted something that was right in the middle, something that was right snug, that would be snug right on his ankle. And definitely Tinker came through with that in the design. More about the Jordan logo. Um, the Jumpman logo was basically used from a Lifetime magazine photo shoot by a photographer named Co Rentmeester. He went on to sue. He went on to sue Nike and Tinker Hatfield for basically taking his iconic photo of Michael Jordan rocking the Air Jordan suit as he's doing Jordan, the Jumpman dunk. And yeah, Nike basically gave him his money and told him to kick rocks, and the rest was history. Nike ends up uh, uh, basically making sure that they solidified and locked in this logo, and this logo went on to becoming the most recognizable brand in sports. This is the most recognizable brand in sports. Definitely, when you think of excellence, when you think of the best materials, the best products, the best sneakers, this logo right here definitely stands above all others. Um, the greatest logo in sports. Uh, Tinker Hatfield definitely was definitely on point with this one. But also along with the 3/4 look, these sneakers actually had a swoosh. They had a swoosh, and it actually had a Nike on the upper right in here. That was the original design, but Tinker decided to scrap the swoosh. But actually, I actually have a pair of of the Air Jordan 3s, actually with the swoosh. It's kind of a concept sneaker, kind of like a hybrid sneaker, and it was also a commemorative sneaker to Tinker Hatfield. It was basically a dual commemoration because it was giving props to not only the Air Jordan 3 but also the Air Max 1. Two iconic sneakers that Tinker Hatfield dropped in 1988. As you can see, the box, this is Tinker Hatfield's signature. It's an Air Jordan 3 box. Uh, Open this up. And all right. And this is the Air Jordan 3 Tinker Hatfield Air Max 1. Yeah, this was basically a collaboration of the Air Jordan 3 mixed with the Air Max 1. As you can see, the gray heel tab from the Air Max paying ode to the Air Max. You can also see the red suede instead of the elephant print. That also is a tip of the hat to the OG fire red colorway of the Air Max 1. And what makes these different, as you can see, the swoosh right here in the Nike Air, and the Nike right here in the piping, that's exactly, I said it was here, but it was actually here. This is exactly what the Air Jordan 3 would have looked like. But on these ones, this and the OG was a solid swoosh. But these are a special edition Tinker sneakers. So basically, Tinker being Tinker, he wanted to make these the swoosh different. So real quick, I guess I'll swap these out. You can actually take the swoosh off. So you have the white swoosh. Then you have the red swoosh. As you can see, you know. So you got that. You got the red swoosh. Then you got the gray swoosh. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's kind of like the light gray swoosh that kind of matches the swoosh right here. I'm at the back heel tab right here. Kind of matches up with that. So you have the light gray. Then, because Tinker was the one who basically brought 3M to the game. This is the 3M one, so this would be the one where the light hits it, it reflects. Obviously, can't. I don't know. Yeah, probably won't do it on this. But you got these ones, and then to top it off, outside of the white swoosh, I definitely dig this one right here. I love this swoosh as well. The elephant print swoosh. Definitely a fire sneaker. Definitely a fire sneaker. Definitely love I definitely love that sneaker. I just thought that was cool because that was basically what the Air Jordan 3 was going to look like. But Jordan and Tinker, they came together and they pretty much just said, nah, we're cool. We can just roll with it. We'll roll without the swoosh. We'll make it look a little different. So definitely cool. Um, and also, what was also cool was the Mars Blackman campaign. Also a first. That was the first. Although Mars Blackman had a loose association with Air Jordan in his movies. From the Air Jordan 1, She's Gotta Have It. The Air Jordan 2 being in the Air Jordan 2 being in the movie School Days, and having his own commercial for the Air Jordan 3s definitely was the start of something really cool. He had the infamous, well, the famous, do you know, do you know, do you know, do you know? That ad actually began with the Air Jordan 3. It was that catchphrase is definitely one of the most famous in the Air Jordan line. Um, Basically, the Air Jordan 3 also tells the story of how Tinker Hatfield pretty much saved the Air Jordan brand, Nike, and basically saved Michael Jordan from probably making one of the biggest mistakes of his life. Um, Basically, the Air Jordan 2, Mike hated him. He absolutely hated him. He was ready to leave Nike. I mean, he hated him, despite the fact that Nike, when designing the Air Jordan 2, the highlight of the shoe was the Italian leather to give it a more high class look. And because big shout out to the simple fact that Michael Jordan likes Italian leather shoes and boots, and he also drives Italian sports cars. So it was trying to go with the whole Italian motif with the Italian leather, but the leather was too stiff. um, he did not like the look. He thought the shoe was very ugly to look at. He hated the Air Jordan 2 look. In the thick in the thicker midsole, the black midsole basically was so thick that Jordan said he felt disconnected from the court. He felt like he just could not get a feel of the court when he was wearing them, which is crazy because he was doing some monstrous stuff in the Air Jordan 2. He was doing some crazy stuff in those sneakers. So it was definitely it was definitely the turning point, a turning point. It was definitely a crossroads moment for not only Michael Jordan but for Nike as well. So upon finding out Michael Jordan's basically just displeasure with the Air Jordan 2, Phil Knight decided to come down from the office. He got rid of the Air Jordan 1 and 2 designers, the late great Peter Moore, rest in peace, Bruce Kilgore, along with former Nike VP of marketing, Rob Sasser, basically just due to Mike's dissatisfaction with the sneaker. He said, "Get rid of you all. Design team out of here. Marketing team out of here. All of you out of here. Gone." Uh, the trio, they did try to win Michael Jordan, basically try to win him back to their side by enticing him with offers to their new startup sneaker company called the Van Grok brand. Super whack. I mean, what are you going to get your couldn't call them Air Jordans because that's Nike. That's Nike property. So what are you going to call Jordan by Van Grok? Like that just don't even sound right. You know what I'm saying? That name was just trash. It was just whack. And it was so crazy because the story goes that Michael Jordan actually was 3 hours late to the presentation that Tinker Hatfield had for the Air Jordan 3. And yeah, they were out golfing. They had a golfing outing with Moore, Kilgore, and Sasser. So you know how Mike is on the golf course; he can do that all day. So him coming in late after a 3 hour golf outing, that lets you know that Michael Jordan was definitely serious about leaving Nike. He was definitely serious about leaving Nike, but he was not going to go to the Van Grock brand. He definitely was not messing with those guys unless they was going to throw a bag at him, I guess. But his intention was to circle back and go to Adidas, the company that he originally wanted to go to once he left North Carolina. After he knew that Converse wasn't going to sign him because they had just way too many all stars and way too many guys getting paid enough, and Mike kind of wanted to do his own thing. So, you already know what it is. But Tinker, eventually, Jordan and Tinker meet up, and Jordan is immediately blown away by the design, the look, the materials, just everything that Mike asked. Tinker did it and then some. There were things about the sneaker that Jordan didn't even ask for, and Tinker knew that he may have needed from a comfort standpoint, from the 3/4 mid cut to the visible air unit, to having Nike Air throughout true Nike Air throughout the whole sneaker. I mean, Tinker Hatfield, oh man, he literally saved Nike for the second time, because he saved Nike from Michael Jordan leaving the company, which would have destroyed the company. It would have killed the company had Michael Jordan left Nike, because Michael Jordan was the reason why Nike was even blowing up. I mean, Air Jordans were flooding the streets. They were flooding the streets of America from the suburbs to the country, all over the world. Air Jordans were being sold, and after Michael Jordan just was not feeling the Air Jordan 2, which was also a popular sneaker. Those also flew off the racks, despite Michael Jordan hating them. Uh, but it was something about that time of Michael Jordan. It was just perfect timing. Michael Jordan meeting Tinker Hatfield having this design in hand. Who would have thought to use elephant print? Who would have thought to use a photo of Jordan, and taking that photo and making it a logo? I mean, Tinker Hatfield, just from being a former architect, not really knowing anything about sneakers, just really jumping into the sneaker game and going straight to Nike. I mean, yeah, he used his connections as a former member of the famed Oregon track and field team, where he was a runner, where he was one of the runners out there at the University of Oregon. So he was able to parlay his friendship with a former teammate, Phil Knight, who happened to be the CEO and president of Nike. Um, and yeah, he parlayed that. Little to no experience as far as design sneakers. He was just messing around in the lab, and he just came up with this crazy funky design that ended up becoming an iconic masterpiece. And MJ just sealed the deal by just going crazy in these shoes. In particular, the fire red. Now the white cement, he definitely was clowning in those as well, and we will have an episode of those as far as well for the MJ's weapons of the regular season. Definitely. Like I said, man, Tinker Hatfield, the greatest, the GOAT. He's the GOAT designer meeting the GOAT player, meeting the GOAT shoe line. And the Air Jordan 3 was definitely a monster. These hit the streets like crazy. Like I said, man, the $100 ticket did not deter anybody from buying a pair. I mean, you had Jordan just going crazy. One play in particular that stands out in that year, and that year Michael Jordan just had highlight reel, just play after play after play. But I would have to say the play that I remember him actually rocking these shoes in particular was, boy, when he baptized Kelly Tripucka in the Charlotte Hornets. Charlotte had just came into the league, and unfortunately, that roster, I have to give it to the youngins, man. They were outside of Rex Chapman. a lot of plumbers, bro. It was a lot of plumbers, man. A lot of plumbers, a lot of a lot of HVAC operators, a lot of bus drivers, taxi drivers. You know, they were a very ordinary looking bunch, and Jordan gave the whole team, in particular Kelly Tripucka, gave them a welcome to the NBA like no other. He went back into his home North Carolina, and he did Jordan things, but that dunk in particular was just so nasty because I mean it basically just it let everybody on Charlotte know that you are definitely dealing with a man amongst men, a man basically who's not from this planet dealing with ordinary men. That's basically what I'm trying to say. And that play right there was definitely an amazing play. Definitely love that. Definitely love that play. One of my favorite plays from Michael Jordan. One of my favorite dunks from Michael Jordan. Definitely a disrespectful dunk because it's like you watch that play and it's like, Kelly, what was you thinking trying to even jump with Mike? But you already know, man, the weapon of choice that Michael Jordan used, a very unique weapon of choice that spread from all the way from the All-Star break throughout the playoffs into the following season, the 1988-1989 season. He actually wore these all the way up until the All-Star break when the Air Jordan 4 finally made its debut. So, yeah, these were definitely, when I say these were the weapon of choice, these were the weapon of choice. The Air Jordan 3 Fire Red. Definitely a dope sneaker, one of my favorite sneakers. The colorway, I'm not going to lie to you, I love the fire red colorway, but I am a white cement guy. I am a white cement Air Jordan 3. That is my shoe. If you had to tell me one shoe out of the Air Jordan 3s that I can wear these every day. I have to wear these every day, and the other shoes I can never ever 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 put on my feet again. It would definitely be a clean pair of white Air Jordan 3 white cements. But the fire reds are not too far behind. I have to say, in the hierarchy, I would have to say um, white cement, black cement, fire red, true blue. So yeah, that would be the hierarchy of the OG colorways. But yeah, like I said, man, this was Michael's weapon of choice for the 1987, 1988, going into the 1988, 1989 season. The Air Jordan 3 Fire Red, definitely a fire shoe, definitely a historic shoe, one of the greatest sneakers of all time. With the cameo from the Air Jordan 3 Tinker Hatfield Air Max 1. Um, Man, you already know what it is, guys. It's Friday. The weekend is here. Time to let loose, cut loose. If you guys are off for the weekend, if you guys gotta work this weekend, hey, get that money. But whatever you do in your downtime, make sure that in your downtime, well, whatever time throughout the day this weekend, make sure that you guys love on your babies, love on your loved ones. Remember that life, tomorrow isn't promised. Life is precious. Remember to be a blessing, not a burden. Be responsible. Be respectful. Help each other out if you can. Be a helping hand if you can. Man, love on each other. Um, be respectful. Be responsible. Don't be out here doing anything stupid. You know what I'm saying? Be safe. Be careful. Stay out of trouble. Talking to you, Cam. Man, and we will reconvene once again on Monday, start of another week. I just hope that you guys enjoy your weekend. And with that being, oh yeah, like I always say, clear head, good intentions in your heart, and you can go far. You can be out of here. But with that being said, it's your boy Skinny Hardaway, and this is another episode of Retro Heat Check in the books. And I'll leave you with these words. peace and wear your sneakers.